going on, people? SPJ here, SeanPierceJohnson, and welcome to another SPJ Live. Hope you guys are all doing awesome as we can be doing right now. Staying healthy, staying safe. It's been a interesting week here in SoCal. The weather has been just absolutely insane. It's bipolar, basically. It's like one day it wants to be super sunny and typical SoCal stuff. The next day, like today, it's raining really good right now, and it's hardly stopped today. So it's cold, it's rainy, it's a good day for a afternoon cup. It's good. I made it in my my little Bialetti espresso pot, so it's rather strong, but I enjoy it. Some kind of Jamaican thing I got at the grocery store. Went on another grocery run this week after 3.5 weeks of not going to the grocery store. It's still insane out there, as I'm sure most of you guys are well aware of at this present moment. But we got everything we needed, so that's good. Let's see who we got going on in the chat today. Riley Io Acura is in the house. How you doing, Riley? Good to see you again, my friend. Great that you could make this. It's been awesome that you've been able to make these live streams now that we've changed the time to be earlier. Ben Coombs is in the house, of course. Moderator to the stars. And this guy. How you doing, Ben? Good stuff with Ryan and Pete this past weekend. Those were both some really killer back-to-back shows for you. Congrats on that. Guy Marzello. How you doing, Guy? Thanks for joining in. Really appreciate everything is good over here. What's up? What's up? Keep on cruising. Keep on cruising. Ah, he says, I'm the man. Well, thank you, Guy. I appreciate that. I don't think I'm the man, but I just do what I can. You know, that's all I can promise you. Terry G with na Batman. You know I can play that one, right? Fun stuff. Love being able to play some TV show theme songs. Who else is with us today? Gillis DeBilio, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Glad you could make a live stream. I got to juggle watching and putting the kids to bed. Yeah, it's especially challenging right now, seeing as the kids are always around, you know. I know our buddy, Mr. Albus Band, Aaron Lee himself, he's got his Wonder Twins with him right now, and he's around them all the time. But I really wanted to do this when I came back to doing this, because I took a really extended break from doing this weekly live show. Doing it as late as I was doing it, it got to be really hard to keep up with it and maintain some level of energy, because I was doing it 8 p.m. my time, and then sometimes not wrapping up until like 9:30, close to 10 some nights. And I was just getting all kinds of tired. I was running low on energy. And so when I wanted to come back and do this, I wanted it to be a little earlier so that I could, you know, maintain some energy, or at least have a cup of coffee while I do this. And still be able to sleep. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why we made this earlier. Who else we got? Riley's asking some questions. How many Funko Pops do I have? This isn't even a fraction. This is all just my Batman ones. And that's not even all of them. I have 2 other ones downstairs. But I have quite a few of them. I just like them. I think they're kind of fun. Syndicate in the house. Oh, hello, Damascus. Syndicate, I knew you'd come. I don't believe that is the essence which inhabits this vessel and all that stuff. I think you're one of the people that gets those jokes, which is nice. I'm glad some people get the jokes. This is a funny one from Owen Son. T-Style will always make you play better. Well, I always say I play my best with single cuts, and as far as I'm concerned, this is Fender's single cut, the Telecaster. So it's hard to argue with that sentiment. Yep. It's nice stuff. Francisco has shown up. How you doing, Francisco? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing all well. There we go. Owen Son's in on the joke. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Yes. We're having a good time here. I hope you guys have had a decent enough week as we continue our little shut the world out for a little while shows. There he is. What's up, Aaron? Losing your mind? Well, what's left of it, at least. Too much Wonder Twin powers activating for you? Yeah, it's been a weird time. We're all still dealing with it, and it looks like it's going to be going on for quite a lot longer. It's not fun, but we got to do what we got to do, and we got to keep on keeping on. So I'm just going to be here for you guys, doing the show on the regular, doing the normal videos. I actually spent spent 3 days this week editing 2 videos for Stompbox Saturday. Spent quite a lot of time this week with those acoustics that I showed you one of last week, trying to figure out, shooting schedule and production stuff for that, which has been kind of fun because you don't get to do a whole lot of acoustic stuff in the YouTube game because it's such a challenging thing to do. But I think these are going to turn out pretty cool. Other than that, it's been a lot of I cleaned here in the studio today, just reorganized things in order to make things look a little prettier on camera, put a few things away that I'm not actually using at the present moment, and actually spent some time earlier today going through my pedal collection, because there's a lot of things that I don't use that much. And I got something last week, which I didn't bring here in the room today to show you guys, but I got a brand new power supply from the guys at Excel Audio. It's a 12 output power supply, which is meant for, high milliamperage kind of stuff. So we're going to be doing something with that, which is going to be really cool. I got some more stuff that I actually need to film videos on. It's been just, it's crazy how at this present moment in time where everything's kind of shutting down and nobody's able to do all that much, I couldn't be busier with videos that are both like paying gigs that I got before quarantine started, and then also just like other stuff for fun. So yeah, it's like, whew, man. Lots going on, and I think it's going to lead to some content that will be pretty fun for you guys to watch. I think it's going to be pretty useful, and I'm also looking to do some other things, which obviously we're going to talk about, as the night wears on. I do have something that I want to announce to you guys, but we're going to wait a little bit into the show, and I'll make that announcement then. But for right now, if you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask them in the comments section and in the chat. I will get to however many I can get to at the moment in time. My mods will help me out with that. I know if I miss anyone. But also, just hang out. Let's have some fun. Let's ask some good questions. You can ask some stupid questions if you want. I don't even care. And I can play a little bit and all that stuff. I think we got this. There's been some pretty funny. Day 18-19 of self-parenting bored twins. Yeah. That's the hard part right now for all the parents, I feel, is like, the kids aren't used to being at home all the time. So now that they are at home all the time, it's like, whoa, man, crazy. Yesterday it was 83. We played outside. Today it's snowing. Yeah, yesterday was the same kind of thing. Here in California, it was decently sunny most of the day, and we went out on a walk, and then as soon as we I would say we got about 70% through walking through the neighborhood, then boom, all of a sudden here comes the deluge starting, and it lasted through the night and into today. It's still raining right now. I don't think it's let up in a couple of hours. So yeah, it's been insane for real. Let's see. Keep on cruising, keep on cruising. Hey, it's Music Therapy Laz. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Riley with the question of, what if Batman had a Green Lantern Corps ring? Actually, I have a Funko Pop that is exactly that kind of matchup. It is the Batman Dawnbreaker Funko Pop, which is a storyline where he does acquire one of the Green Lantern Corps rings. So it has happened. So look it up. I wish I had a looper pedal for the quarantine, says Gillis Debilio. Well, I have a couple looper pedals, and my feelings on them are always a little hit or miss with loopers, just because I think the one that I would probably get along with most as far as a looper goes would be the boomerang looper. But the boomerang looper is just so, it's just so expensive, and it looks like it could be complicated, but it's got, record, overdub, play, stop, all these undo, redo buttons, individual buttons for the different functions that I would want. And most of the loopers that I have, you need to go through some sort of sequence of stomps on the switches in order to, really be able to do it. So the one that I'm actually using one today, I don't have it hooked up for looping. I'm just running the drum track with it. Is the let me bring that up here. Is this Nux JTC Drum Loop Pro? Really cool. It's got some drum grooves in it. You can record loops in it and save them. You can actually route the audio in different ways. So you can either send your guitar audio to one amp and then your loops to another amp, or you can send everything out to two amplifiers. There's a bunch of different ways that you can, go with this. But right now I'm just looping, I'm just outputting the audio that is the drum groove to my mixer. So pardon the noises. And so I can basically just go, I got a metronome, which is kind of boring, but then I can get something kind of funky like that. It almost reminds me of some sort of Michael Jackson-y kind of thing, some sort of 80s R&B pop. Let me see if I can get this a little cleaner. There we go. No delay. something kind of fun like that. There's a couple other beats in there as well. Something a little bit more hip hop. And then we have like actual drums. Something kind of heavy. Let's see if we can come up with something. And turn up the drums. And then it'll even do drum fills if I do a single tap on the foot switch that's start and stop. It's so cool. It's a different kind of thing. But yeah, loopers are fun for this kind of stuff. I would say that I'm still kind of in this mode of like not quite understanding if a looper is something like a more full-featured loop pedal is something that I'm actually going to want to invest in, just because I don't use them like all that often or something like that. Anyway. Just love how wiry this guitar can sound at times. Yeah, just such a cool sound. Laz has got something to share. 2 loopers, the Mini Ditto by TC and the one that came in the Alter Ego. Yeah, I like simple looper pedals like the Ditto, especially because they're just so easy. You know, there's one knob for everything, but at the same time, they're not the easiest thing in the world to operate when you want to stop, you want to undo, you want to redo. I love being able to use the looper on the Keeley Echoes. The problem is, like, sometimes the sequence of stomps that you need to do on the different foot switches can be a little confusing at times. So I find myself having to reference back to the manual when I really want to use the looper to remember exactly what to do, because I just don't use it on that pedal all that much. Speaking of pedals, what's on the floor today? Well, if you follow Stompbox Saturday on Instagram, you probably already saw what is on the board today, or the floor today. I got my TC Polytune 2 for the tuning. I got the George Lynch Dragon 2 Wah from Morley. I got the V2 Julia from Walrus Audio. Nux Horseman, Klon style kind of thing. I got the Spiral Electric Effects and Shoe Pedals collaboration Red Spiral Overdrive. And I got my Way Huge Aquapus Mark II. This red has pretty much become like my new favorite pedal entirely. It sounds so good. And that's like, if you guys remember the DoD Looking Glass, that's kind of the starting point for this pedal. And then it kind of ups the ante for that, and even lowers the ante a little bit, because it's just got all these different like gain stages to it, you know, all that kind of stuff. Did I disable the audio compression again? Yeah, I should have. The audio processing. Yeah, it's off. So there you go. You know, I'm still trying to figure this whole format out, especially because, like, I don't really like the way that the audio sounds anyway. That comes through this way, so I'm just gonna need like a really long USB cable to hook my interface into the laptop, or I'm just gonna need to get a new webcam. You know, ever since my Apple Cinema display went down, which had a built-in webcam, I've just been having to go off these weird setups. And I've noticed over the course of the last few months, and also just getting back into the live stream thing, the phone doesn't do so well with live streaming for me recently. I recall a recent stream I did where you guys were saying that the stream was freezing, and the stream did freeze on your end and my end. So I just didn't want to put up with that, so to speak. But yeah, this red spiral overdrive that was me turning the volume down on this guitar. I didn't even have like it disengaged. What up, Ben? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks so much for tuning in. And so this is like level 2 gain on the red. And then I can turn it down all the way and have the lowest gain. So it's really just like a low gain overdrive. Not as gainy. Or I can turn it up all the way to be its most gainiest. So this is just this insanely versatile kind of overdrive pedal that can just get you anything that you really want. And it's got really great controls for the tone, bass and treble controls, as well as a mid-range adjustment. It's just really well done, really well thought out. I like it a lot. So I'll be doing a video for that. I'm probably going to end up shooting that pretty soon and have it out for you guys soon. Riley asking an adventurous question. What happens if you stack a clon with the gain on full with a fuzz with the gain on 0 but the level on 10? Would it be Klon into fuzz or fuzz into Klon? Because we could try. We could try it and see what happens. Never be without your Keeley Fuzzbender, friends. Let's try it. Let's do something. Let's have some fun. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug the red spiral for now. I love these red sparkled chicken head knobs. That is so cool. So I'm going to plug the Fuzzbender in. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to make sure the amp is fairly clean. That works. So we're going to turn the level on the Fuzzbender up all the way. Turn the fuzz all the way down. I'll put the bass and the treble at noon. And I'm just going to leave the bias full counterclockwise for this whole thing. As you can hear, it's pretty compressed already. So let's go ahead and let's try shaping the tone a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and turn the bias up to 12 o'clock. Interesting. Let's turn it all the way up just for the hell of it. Interesting. Very interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to leave the bias around 1 o'clock. Let's go ahead and turn down the treble because it's just a little too brighter-stein. That warmed it up a little bit. Let's go back to 9 o'clock. Okay, so I turned the treble up just a little bit past 9 o'clock on the dial. Let's add a little bit more bass just because we want, something a little bit fuller sounding. I like that. Almost sounds just like a distortion. I like that. Okay, so now with the Klon, with the gain on full. Now, if we put the gain on full, where are we setting the treble and the output? Because that's something else we have to consider. If we put the gain on full, if it's me and I'm setting this up, my first instinct is to turn the treble all the way down and actually keep the output on the lower side, because I don't want to push too much. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get all the extra saturation from the Klon. So let's see. And then the Klon by itself would be. So let's hear this thing. I think we can go ahead and turn the output up a little bit more. Woo, that's a lot of noise on that one. It doesn't suck, but I want to try one thing. I'm going to go ahead and turn the bias control back to about 9 o'clock. Yeah, that was interesting. Turning the bias control back definitely made it feel more like we were just upping the saturation of the fuzz. There could be a lot more that we could experiment with on that one, but it's definitely like, wow, it's a little bit much. But who doesn't love a good fuzz? Let's... Yeah, that's fun. But what about this? Fuzz and Floyd. Is it me or is the Keeley Fuzzbender the perfect fuzz? I don't know, Riley. It's hard to argue with it. It does everything that I want a fuzz to do for the most part. Yep, it might be. Oh, now here's a question. Ben is asking if I've ever played jazz on this thing. I have not, but I see my real book in the closet. I think this is something that we need to do for science. All right. Here's my real book. This was, I think I had this throughout high school. No, not high school. College. And basically all it is it's just a bunch of jazz standards and tunes that are charted out, and you can go ahead and you can play along with. Essentially, let's see. What kind of jazz should we play? Should we go with something like we got some Agua de Beber from Jobim. Great jazz stuff in there. What about, let's see, we got Alfie by Burt Bacharach, All by Myself, All of Me, that's a classic. All of You, another classic. Let's see, Bewitched by Rodgers and Hart. What else do we got in here? So many good ones. So many good ones. Let's see. Dancing on the Ceiling, that's a Rodgers and Hart tune. There's some show tunes in here too. You know what? Dream a Little Dream of Me. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. So let's see what we can do with that. Let's see. Did you have to buy your first real book illegally like me? No, I didn't. This one is published by Hal Leonard. This particular real book. So I did not have to steal it. All right, let's try something. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there we go. I just played clean jazz on a Kramer. So that was interesting. But it was fun. You know, I like jazz. I really do. And I think one of the things that's kind of cool about jazz is that it's a style of guitar that really is quite technical. And when I say that, I mean that it is something that requires a certain level of proficiency to be able to pull off well. And so it causes you to like really devote yourself to it. You need to spend time with it. It's not something that you can just, you know, learn for a couple of weeks and then, you know, that's it. You're done. You can go off and play jazz. In rock, we have the luxury of having, you know, the power chord. It's movable. It's modular. The minor pentatonic scale is so easy to use. But it's one of those things with jazz that you need to spend the time with it. You need to be a student of it in order to be really good at it. And I spent a lot of years practicing jazz. When I was taking lessons weekly, my teacher would bust out the real book. And the real book was how I learned a lot of different things. Being able to play certain chord voicings and being able to do my best to solo over chord changes that move and solo as the chords were moving along, basically, and being able to outline those chord changes with my guitar solo. Learning a lot about timing, learning about reading melody, reading chord charts and things like that. And it was basically all done with a real book. Whether it was a real book or a fake book, as they sometimes called those particular books. Because essentially, the concept of the real book came about from, session guys in New York needing something that they could easily go to play these standards in their gigs. No, it's a lot of fun stuff. Death Jazz Core of Doom, Sean's new genre of choice. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, hi, Janice. How you doing? Good to see you. All my jazz teachers had maple neck to guitars. The neck looked black. They had played it so much. Yep. Oh, God. My sick in the head teacher would have us sight read Charlie Parker every Saturday morning. Oh, God. Heads on. I wonder if that one's in here. You know what? It's too far away. We're not going to do it. Because I am so out of practice when it comes to sight reading. It's kind of laughable. I asked him where his real book was, and he pointed to his head. That's classic. That's a good one. I like that. Let's see. Let's do something. Oh, yeah. I started learning this week. And then Still a work in progress, but, you know, needs to happen. Now that I got a guitar that will allow me to do certain things that I've wanted to do and learn certain things that I've wanted to learn, I'm going to do it. Let's see. Let's change up the settings of this a little bit. Nice. Yeah, there's been some fun moments tonight. We tried a full gain Klon into a no gain fuzz. We played some jazz on a Kramer. That was fun. What up, Brian Gower? You jerk. For those of you who don't know, I call Brian a jerk because he's one half of the Tone Jerks podcast. Yeah, man, this Kramer, it's starting to grow on me. Like when I first got it, I definitely was like, what the? And I called, I actually got a funny thing. I called Aljon at Epiphone and Kramer a couple days, I think the day after I unboxed him. It was like, hey, bud, so you told me I was getting a black one, but I got a tiger stripe one. He's like, oh, well, even better. I pulled the cable out. Yeah, that's fun. Oh yeah, it's been a long time since I had a guitar with a Floyd, and it's a lot of fun. It's nice to kind of get back in the saddle with it. It's not something that I use all the time, but sure is fun. You bet, bet your neighbors love me. I'm actually a pretty good neighbor, I think, when it comes to making noises, because none of that was running through a cab. That was all through the the tube amp expander and going direct. So the in-house volume is not that bad. So no complaints yet. Well, friends, we're about a little under an hour into this thing. We're not going to go too terribly long today, but I figured now, since a lot of you are still here, and I appreciate that you all are still here, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that got brought up last week during the live stream, and it's something I've been giving some thought to. And I was asked if I would consider doing any sort of online lessons of any sort during this period in time. And so I've been thinking about it, and I've decided that I'm going to open up a small number of slots, probably no more than 10, to take on some students for whatever the subject really may be, as long as it pertains to the guitar. So if you've got questions about technique, if you've got questions about music theory, if you've got questions about your gear, getting sounds, recording, my expertise, I could say, I guess runs pretty deep. And there's a lot of things that I've had to learn myself in order to be able to continue doing this and being able to make a living on it. So if it's something that you guys are interested in, I'm going to go ahead and just leave this right here. You guys can send me an email at the address underneath me, scrolling across the screen right now, and we can set something up. Tell me what it is that you're interested in, what you're looking for, and we can make something happen. Yeah, then only offers lessons in slacking and day drinking. Nice. That's a good one. So yeah, like some of you guys were saying, you wish you learned some more jazz. We can talk about some of those foundational things of jazz that you need to know in order to be able to fake your way through a chord chart. If you want to learn some music theory things. If you want to talk about songwriting, awesome, we can do that. If you have questions about a new piece of gear that you've gotten and you're finding yourself having a hard time getting along with, and any other sort of general advice thing as it pertains to music and doing the thing right now, you can, as it says, scrolling underneath me right now, send me an email to that address below. Let's set something up and let's talk about it. Not going to be too expensive, and it's not going to be something that they're going to be very long lessons, no more than an hour per slot. But it's just something that seemed like a lot of you guys were asking about, and since I might have the time to be able to take on interested parties, let's do it. What does the chorus and cocked wah sound like? Says Riley. Oh, that's so nice of you. Channel. I like your channel, so here's money. Well, thanks, channel squared, channel double, channel times 2. I appreciate your super chat. It means a lot. Every little bit helps. Whether it's the $4.99 that he just sent, or whether it's going to the Patreon and joining on one of those tiers. I know we've got quite a few people in the $5 tier right now, which I greatly appreciate. But I did open up a $1 tier. So if you guys watch the channel, you don't really care about any sort of perks. This is just a nice, secure way and trusted way for you guys to help support the channel at this time with just the $1 tier. Really, the benefits kick in when you donate a significant amount. But you know, if you're just a guy who watches the videos, you come here and you watch the live shows on the regular, and you don't really need anything special, you just want to be able to consistently support, you know, you can always go there. But thank you, channel. I greatly appreciate that. It means a lot. And yeah, as Riley is saying underneath, PayPal also helps as well. I do have a PayPal me link, which you can actually find on this little scrolly thing that's happening right now. So that, yeah, paypal.me/SeanPierceJohnson if you guys want to support the channel in any way. It really does mean a lot. It helps me out. Thanks, channel. I really do. It does really mean it a lot, the fact that you want me to keep it up. And I do. I want to keep this up because I'm fortunate enough right now where I'm not terribly affected by having to stay home like so many other people. I work from home all the time. And I would say the only thing that really has been really challenging about this is that I was working on trying to get a lot of things set up to where I could, you know, visit people and visit shops, and now we can't do that. Talking with Chad Jennings about doing some more videos for him so that we could see more of his stuff. And it's just really kind of put a damper on a lot of those plans. So if I can keep doing this for you guys, and you guys are able to support in any way that you can, whether it's just by sharing everything. Let's see. You know, Laz, I don't really know about what the super chat cut is. I know YouTube will get their cut, but it's par for the course really at this point. But yeah, I'm just, you know, I like doing this. It's fun, and it's kind of the thing that I'm in here working every day of the week, and it's pretty fun. You know, we got a lot of cool stuff that comes in. I got some really good friends in this business, which means a lot. And so I'm hoping that as this whole thing has to unfold and the more life kind of sort of changes, so to speak, the more we can keep it the same here. because I think that's really important for us as a community right now, to really support each other and to really rally around one another and be homies, be friends, be cool. There's been an insane amount over I would say the last year and a half, an insane amount of negativity that I've noticed start to creep into this little sector. I myself have been on the receiving end of some negativity, and it's something that, in the grand scheme and then the big picture of it all, it really just doesn't make any sense. Because right now I think we need each other in ways that we never really realized that we needed. So I'm still here doing these live streams, still making videos, still making demos. I'm thinking maybe I'll take a cue out of Ben's book and start inviting some guests onto the show to do something kind of fun as the weeks go on. I know we can definitely have a lot of stuff to do that would just really make this a great place for us to hang out. Because my idea behind this show is really like, grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea, grab a good stiff drink, crack open a beer or whatever it is that you want to drink, and just hang out with me for a little while. Let's not focus on what's out there. Let's focus on what's right here. Let's be present and let's have some fun. Riley made some cool suggestions of little pedal experiments that we could get up to. Let's see. We had we had Ben asking about playing jazz on the Kramer. So we can just do all these kind of silly things, and eventually inviting some guests along for the ride would be something really fun to do. And then we get guys like Channel sending super chats. That helps us out a lot. Laz is a patron, as are several other people, and sending any sort of funds you can to help keep the content going that way. And as he pointed out, PayPal is great as well. And then just at the end of the day, sharing these links with friends, family, people and that people that trust you. Bringing them into this fold is really what I would love for you guys to do. Is let's use this time to create a better, stronger, smarter, healthier, nicer, more accepting community. And a stat I was looking at in the back end of my YouTube analytics was the breakdown of my audience, and it's 99.9% male and 0.01% female. I think that's something that we can really do better on, including more girls, females into the conversation as far as being a guitarist and being a musician. The guitar is for everyone. It's not just for us guys. And the fact that we have Janice coming here is evidence of that. Yeah, that's good stuff. I could patronize you instead of super chats, but I like the excitement super chats build in a chat. It is really funny how people get really excited to send a super chat, or they get really I've seen it a couple times with Phil's live streams. He's doing the best he can to get to everything as quickly as he can, and sometimes he'll miss a super chat, and it's just then I'll see 15 people say hey, you missed a super chat, hey, you missed a super chat. And then just for us as the creators, just seeing that super chat come in, it's oh my god, somebody gave me X amount of dollars so that I can keep doing this. It makes a lot of this worthwhile to know that there are people out there that really want to support us in some way, and it helps us to keep going. bring my singing coach lady into the picture. Well, she's been wondering if she should start her own channel with some stuff related to voice coaching. Honestly, Laz, the one now you guys that were here at the studio, Laz was here, Ben was here, JJ was here, as well as Aaron. You know, you guys got to yay, super chat from Laz, yay! There I go again, la 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 la. Roxy says hi. Well, I say hello to Roxy. But the thing about it is, like, I've always wanted to maintain like some semblance of privacy because I knew that I was going to be doing this and I was going to be a public figure. And I know that with my wife being a singer and especially singing in our band, like, she's going to be public too. But I think I think what my original thinking was, I just didn't want to involve her in anything that she didn't really want to be a part of. I have asked her to be on a couple videos in the past, and those have done really well. But they are few and far between for a good reason, because I do this so much. I don't want to have her all of a sudden become this integral part of things where I can't even do one thing on my own without having her there. Having said all that, I'm sure that there will come a time where, you know, she will be on the channel again in the near future, and she touches the channel whether you realize it or not. If you saw me at NAMM, she does a lot of behind the camera and behind the scenes work. A lot of other projects that I might do for other companies. For example, I'm going to be having some videos go up with Jennings Guitars over the course of this year, and she was behind the camera for those. She was producing that. She was really doing all the things that, you know, you would associate with the behind the scenes aspect of shooting something for film. And I was just on camera being talent. That was really the gist of that working arrangement. But she does a lot, more than people realize. And so that's why I made it well known when I did that Epiphone panel at NAMM back in 2019. Like, she was one big reason why the channel was what it was, because she has done so much. Yeah, fun stuff. So yeah, that's one reason why she doesn't come around all that often. But I wouldn't be surprised if she popped up on YouTube sometime in the near future. I can't guarantee anything, but she's definitely been toying around with the idea. Riley's asking if I sold the DC2. No, I have the the Wazacraft Dimension C still. Actually, that was originally just being borrowed from Boss, but I held on to it for quite a while because I liked it so much and used it in a couple other things. They ended up just giving it to me, saying, here you go. You did a great job. Have fun with it. So pretty excited about that. I still love the pedal. I haven't used it in a while, but it is just, it's a whole different beast. Since it's not your traditional kind of chorus thing, I held on to it. So I got plenty of chorus pedals, but I don't have anything quite like the Dimension chorus. So I'm going to go ahead and hang on to that. Well, folks, we're about an hour and 15 in. I'm starting to lose a little bit of steam. And I got some stuff to do tonight. So it's going to be about that time. So, Sean did get rid of one chorus to me. Yes, I did, Ben. I'm glad you're at least enjoying it. And the fuzz, too. It makes my heart smile that you have a fuzz pedal that you're using. Make a house out of pedals. Patch together in a giant patch bay. Ooh. Oh, man. I got plans for a future studio, but now is not the time to discuss that. But I just want to say thanks to all you guys for hanging out with me for this little chunk of time. I hope you all enjoyed this and had some fun. Please do me a favor. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Do whatever you need to do in order to keep yourselves, your loved ones, your family, your friends as healthy as possible, even if that means staying home, shutting the world outside. We'll be back again next week to shut the world out more. We're going to be back doing quite a few things over the course of the next coming weeks, and we'll be talking about a lot of other interesting things as time goes on, because now are weird and strange times, so we're going to talk about some weird and strange stuff. If you haven't done so already, please do click the subscribe button, ring the bell, turn on notifications. Like I announced today, I am going to be doing some online lessons, so if you would like to do that, you will see my email address scrolling across the bottom of the screen right here. Email me, tell me what it is that you would like to learn more about, and I will see how I can best accommodate you for that stuff. In the meantime, there is also Patreon to help support the channel that you can find at patreon.com/SeanPierceJohnson. You can also PayPal me as well if you would like to do that as well. Until next time, my friends, where we will be back next week with SPJ Live. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'm looking forward to seeing you all again next week and hopefully have some good news to report to you all. So until next week, my friends, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, wishing you all out there great tone and happy stomping. And I'll see you on Saturday for Stomp Box Saturday with the MXR Octavio Octave Fuzz. Cheers, friends.